Hello everyone, it's Pedro Baez at Go for Glory Stable. Today is August 31st, 2025. I'm the founder and managing partner of the group, working along with Charlie Longo, who's a general manager, running a lot of the operations of the team. So just a reminder, Go for Glory Stable is a fractional ownership group. So basically we allow a platform for people to build your own stable of equine athletes. Some people could be 1%, some people could be 5%, 10%, 15, 25%, whatever it is that your budget is of horses, and you can build your own stable of various horses, various types of horses racing every week. 1%, the lowest we can offer is 1%, which is so that can vary. That 1% of a horse, that can vary between $100 to, for us, the max is usually around $1,000 for that 1%, and that basically entitles you to 1% of all the activity of that horse, the profit and loss of that horse. So what we do is we'll give you weekly updates, video updates such as this, so you always know what's going on with your horses. Charlie and I are always available if you have any questions or just want to chat about your horses. And you'll see us often a lot at the races too. So that is, along with that, you'll have the website, which is a really nice website where you can actually see your horses. And you can see all the available horses that Go for Glory has. You can do your research, to look at the past performances of the horses, look at the pedigree of the horses. You can basically figure out how you want to build your stable the way you want to build it, and that's the beauty of this. Everyone has a stable their own way, and yeah. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to Charlie or myself. This video is the baby video, so we basically that's talking about the yearlings and 2-year-olds that are racing, and like I said, try to keep it quick as usual. So please like or subscribe if you like these videos, as it helps the channel to grow. Okay, so let's get started with the babies. We're gonna do some replays today because we have the time to do it. So let's just do some of the replays. We're gonna do 2 birds and 1 stone. Let's do Adios My Lindy and Geologic. So Adios My Lindy was making her first ever start on Thursday at Plain Ridge in the same exact race as Geologic was making his 3rd start, so he has more experience than she does. And Geologic, they both were good. Adios had a break, but we'll go through that right now. So this is a Plain Ridge 2-year-old trot race only. So all these horses here are 2-year-olds. Adios My Lindy is the 3-horse. Geologic is the 1-horse. And Paul Kelly actually has a 5-horse as well, complimentary, but we don't. Go for Glory doesn't have it. So here's Adios getting off the gate. And right here, she actually looks really good. For me, I was not actually. I think Geologic is the 2-horse. I take it back. For me, I was not thrilled with Geologic is a 2-horse. I was not thrilled the fact that this 1-horse, the 17 to 1 shot, was pushing everyone so hard. I was not thrilled with that. But we'll watch it again. You see, this 1, he's a long shot, and he's leaving for some reason, even though the 2 is, our Geologic is his favorite. He's pushing everyone, and he's pushing Adios. I just don't get it. So, but there's Adios. She's going for the lead, and she actually looks really good. She's going well. But then as Bruce Ranger, he's one of the best over there. He's trying to kind of bring her back into that hole. She makes a break. So she eventually, kept trotting again towards the back. But the plan for her is basically try back for this race this coming week on Thursday, and if she breaks again, we'll put the hobbles on. So and get that going. Just put the hobbles on. So hobbles basically is like an equipment that kind of like that 1-horse. He has hobbles on. So it kind of helps them. It reminds them to kind of keep trotting. Whereas Geologic doesn't wear any hobbles. He's just free-legged. So that's what's going on with Adios. There's Geologic in the lead. We're just going to do Geologic as well since we can do two horses at the same time. And there he is in the lead. He had to go around that 1-horse to get to the lead. Make a move already. He slowed down that second quarter a lot. That was like a 30-3. So that was like a really slow second quarter. And then now the driver is just trying to basically put away this field. So Geologic is now, this is normal where they usually go kind of slow in the first half and then they're accelerating in the second half. So here's Geologic. He's going pretty fast. And that 4 is a good horse. It's a filly, 2-year-old filly, but she's actually really good. So there's Geologic. He's still going strong. At this point, I'm like, wow, looks like we got this. Looks like that 4 is actually kind of like backing away, almost like the 4 is almost like not keeping up. And then right here, the driver of that 4 just kind of pulls back out again and takes another shot at Geologic. And you can see Geologic. He's going, but he's just a green horse. So there he gets beat. He gets beat right there, like right by nose. So 58-1. He's a green horse, and what I mean by that is, and we talked to Paul about it, is he just he didn't see the horse behind him. So he's wearing the way his equipment. The equipment that he wears, he can't see the horse behind him, and plus he's not used to racing on the lead like that, and he's never raced on the lead ever. So, and as you see right there, you can see that equipment that he wears on his eyes. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like covering, like sticking out right there. He can't see behind him, so he can only see in front of him. So he started to hear that horse, and he started to feel that horse coming up, but he couldn't see him. And there you go. That 4 just came up at the last second and kind of surprised him and nipped him at the wire. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's a 2-year-old learning how to be a racehorse. The older they get, the more mature they get, they'll learn how to just keep going. If the driver's asking you to go quicker, it's because the horse is coming. So just go quicker. Go to the next gear. He was kind of like unsure of what to do there. And that's, like I said, that's normal with babies. So no issue with that at all. He was excellent. We'll see what the next plan is for him, but definitely Adios is going to go try to go for that same race on Thursday. Not sure if Geologic's going to go back in there. He might skip a week, but that was the story with that. Geologic, he earned pretty good money this month. I think he earned like $6,000 or $7,000 this month. So he's turning out pretty well. And even if he's not as like prolific as a Pennsylvania Sire Stakes horse that we thought by the way, he still might be one, but I'm just saying, even if he isn't as prolific as that, he's still a really good horse. So like he's still, so far what I've seen, like I would say he's still like a top of the line Pennsylvania Stallions, which is like their second level. So he's pretty much like top of the line Pennsylvania Stallions type 2-year-old trotter, which they go for the 5 legs for $20,000, and I think a final of like 75 or something like that, and or 80. 60, 75, 80, one of those numbers. We don't race in Pennsylvania too much, yearlings lately, but we might soon. But anyway, he's still an excellent racehorse. So it's just a matter of, we still kind of feeling him out. Like, all right, well, how good is Geologic? How good is he? Is he, what's his? We kind of saw right there, like he got nipped there, or he did a 58-1 back half, which is good. I was really hoping for like a 57-1, something like that. But like I said, this baby, he's never been on the lead before, and when he looked in this previous race like he was really good chasing these horses down. Where he can see them. So we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. But he was excellent. He trots all day. He doesn't break, even though whatever's going on around him, he doesn't break, which is a game changer, especially for 2-year-old trotters. He gets around turns fine. He can make multiple moves, and he digs in. He actually digs in if you ask for more. So he's actually turned out to be a pretty decent horse. So that's Geologic. Adios, My Lindy. She showed some power getting off the gate like that. We just got to see what exactly, we got to see a whole mile from her, trotting. So that's the only way we can kind of get an idea of what we got. So that's Adios, My Lindy. Second chapter, or let's do second chapter. Second chapter, he basically he's been training in 203, so that's pretty fast to go a training mile in 203. So meaning he's still motoring over there. He's still training pretty hard with Paul. Close to like qualifier speed. So we'll see what the next plan is. Paul's taking his time with him. He's trying to dial him in. He's trying to make sure Paul doesn't like to race. He doesn't like to qualify and race horses that he feels just like, not quite ready to compete at a highest level yet. So Paul's working on him, trying to dial him in. Like I said, 203 training mile is actually like That's actually like a qualifier, to be honest. Like Adios Marlini qualified in 205, so 203 training mile is, that's pretty. That's like a qualifier right there. So Paul's motoring with him. He's doing fine. We just gotta let's just keep our fingers crossed that things keep moving along with him, and then hopefully we can get a qualifier at some point in September. So that's second chapter. Nice colt. Chapter 7, really nice family. So we just gotta. Some horses take a little longer than others. So we just gotta kind of see how it goes. Steel the Century, he was sold. So Steel Century was sold. Today's 31st. He was sold either the 29th, 30 within the last couple days. He was sold privately for 7,500 Canadian, which is around somewhere around like 5,500, 54, 5,300, somewhere in that range US dollars. And we only paid 5,000 for him. So I guess if you look at it from that perspective, you don't pay that much. So when you only get like 5,500 or $5,000 back, you're actually getting the purchase price back. So that is the positives of buying horses, yearlings especially, as cheap as you can find them sometimes. And you can have good ones. There's been some really good racehorses that were less than 10 grand out there. So and they're out there. So yeah, he was sold privately. He had that race. I'm not going to show you the replay. It was a 2-year-old pace at a small track, Grand River Raceway, and he came in 5th, and he just never really, he was like off the gate. He never really got to the gate, and then he was, making his move, and he was like finishing, so he did. It's not like he not like he looked terrible or anything, but when you're racing against 2-year-old maiden pacers at a track like that, and for such a tiny person like that, you got to be like better. You got to be, for us in particular, because we're paying a lot of bills. So you got to be really good, like top 1, 2, or like do something really eye popping in that type of race. And he just hasn't done it. And he's just better off with a cheaper. When I say cheaper, he's better off with like a trainer owner, like an owner trainer, or however you want to, whichever direction it goes, where their cost, they're not paying like bills like we are. They're just kind of doing it themselves. They're doing all the training, they're doing the jogging, everything, racing them. They're doing it themselves, so they don't have to pay all the costs we have to pay. So he's going to head over to a group, trainer owner like that, most likely, and that's where he has his best chance. They'll be able to take time with him, give him time to grow, give him time to develop, and he might turn out to be an okay overnight racehorse for them, down the line, that they can race every week at a local small track somewhere. So, no issue with that. You got to take shots on yearlings. This happens all the time. So, I mean, if you buy a yearling, I always say, like, my personal thing is 60%. I always hope that 60% make it to the races as a 2-year-old, and as a 3-year-old, I hope more like 90% make it, but or 95% make it, but sometimes they do make it, like in Steel Century's case, and they're just not that good. So you got to kind of make that decision as soon as you can, and then kind of sometimes the decision is to sell the horse like now, and we live to fight another day. So we cut the losses, and we can allocate those bills that we're paying to some other more higher upside horses, and then move on and live to fight another day. So anyway, that is the story with the babies. Like I said, we might be looking at some yearlings as soon as this week. So stay tuned, and because that's how it goes. It sneaks up on you. As the 2-year-olds, your current 2-year-olds are racing, the next yearling sales start coming at you right away, and you have to be prepared to strike when you have a good opportunity to bring them in as soon as possible. The costs will be less, because when you buy them now, they're not going to go into training right away. So like the costs will be less between now and January. It won't be like full training costs usually. So that's the good thing. But yeah, that's kind of like keeping in the back of your mind that between now and November, end of November or mid-November, there's going to be a lot of yearlings coming in, and we're going to be moving out horses, moving in horses. So lot going on. But anyway, with that being said, good luck this week, and have a nice weekend. Take care.